Hey there, it's Raven Scry here to share another crypto reading. This one is offered by George, so thank you, George. Before we start, this is not financial advice. You've always got to follow your own heart and intuition before investing. And the three cryptos that George has selected is Singularitynet, which is Agix, Say, and Rose. Also, before we start, if you like one of these readings, please don't hesitate to get in contact with me via the About page of the channel and the email address there. Okay, enjoy. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. The first coin that you've selected is Singularitynet Agix. Okay, so as I connect into Agix, I'm feeling a very big, expansive space here. And there's a lot connected and a lot going on within the space. It's interesting because it's like it's presenting as a space. It's like not sort of, it's like the opposite to something going on in the space, but the space that it somehow offers. And as I connect more into the energy of Agix, talking about transformation and growth, it's going to be a good one, is what they're saying. It's going to be a good one. And they're also saying definite growth here, definite movement. And they do show it moving up quite well throughout the trajectory of the bull market. Now I'm going to ask Spirit, okay, as we move further into 2024, into 2025, Agix, what can you show in regards to this project? Show or share. They're just pointing up, signaling up, arrows up, and it feels like there's a lot of momentum with it. It feels like there's a lot of action around it, and as they say, it's moving up. I'm feeling a great deal of movement, as in within community, within business, and within growth. They just keep pointing up. Now I'm asking, is there something more significant that they give, something specific that is worth mentioning here in regards to this project? They're talking about troubles in the system, although it's not being affected. There's been this sort of trouble in the system coming up in a few different readings, but it's it's not being affected. It's holding its ground, and it almost feels like it's holding good. It's holding good stability in times of when everything gets erratic, when there's big movements, when there's big volatility. There is some sort of stability that it's holding. Now I'm asking any particular months that are significant for Agix. February, I'm hearing, is significant. Rise, they're talking about rise, but there is also rises and falls, so it's almost like we're seeing big spikes and big drops, like big levels of volatility, is what they're showing me. And this is about other projects as well, seem to show a similar thing, but there is quite straight up energy that takes place, and they do direct me to February as quite significant there, and March. And I ask, is that like next? Is that in a year? Yes, I feel like it's within the year that we're seeing sort of decent moves. In regards to on the way there, it's like it's kind of going through a bit of a cycle, and perhaps in the way that I'm hearing it is like there's a struggle with some of the momentum, and it's like they're kind of giving me ups and downs going along, but then when it sort of hits this time, I feel as though it is next year, there is this whoa, there's a big kind of, strap yourself in is the feeling. It's like put your seatbelt on, because it's getting exciting and volatile and extreme in energies, is what's being shown here. Now, I ask, is there anything more to share around Agix and the project, and what Spirit feels around Agix? Good. They're saying it's good. I mean, they're not giving me wow, big amazingness. They're not giving me a dreggy kind of red zone, which a lot of the ones I've been reading lately are giving me this kind of yucky energy. But this one feels quite stable. They give me a thumbs up for it, and it feels like it's going to do some good stuff. It feels like it's worth holding or gathering some of. Not financial advice, of course, but worth having some for, particularly for next year. It seems like, but it's moving up still throughout this year, so it's worth having some. Is how it comes through. Okay, I'm going to move along now to say. Okay, connecting to say now. Again, they're talking about trouble in the system and a drop incoming. Okay. I ask Spirit, are you relating to the larger market? Yes, I feel as though they are relating to some sort of dip that's coming, and it's worth to wait to pick up some lower prices. Is the way that it's coming through. Trouble in the system. Help me to understand trouble in the system, Spirit. Not time to buy yet. It's almost like it's not the right time to be buying too much, or if so, it's like buying small amounts, because they do show, over the next couple of months, they do show opportunities that are better than are now with, say, is the way they show this. And I ask, is there anything more around, say, to speak about? They talk about trouble in the system, better prices. If they're talking about future development, future growth, we like this one. And interesting, they're giving the triple X's again. Multiple X's coming in for this one. I do see it having quite decent moves as we move further into 2024, into 2025. There's good momentum happening there, but they just do emphasize this kind of trouble in the system in terms of, don't get in everything at once now. There may be opportunities. But as we move into 2024, into 2025, I'm asking, is there any significant times that they wish to share around this project? It's interesting because they're saying Tuesday, and I'm like, okay, Tuesday. Well, that's very, okay, Tuesday. Can we have a month? September. They're pointing to September as well, and up to now, September seems like there's a lot of action going on in September. Possibly quite volatile as well. Like there's going to be some wild energy in September. They draw my attention to that into September with this project as well. And I ask for anything more that they wish to share around, say, it's saying strike when you can. They're also saying it's not time to buy it yet. Strike when you can. You'll be very lucky to get the prices that you get. And I feel as though this is, we're moving forward a little bit. We're moving through March into April. They're kind of directing me around April, May kind of time for getting some sort of decent prices is what they're wanting to share about this. It feels like it's quite directly speaking about points to get in at for the best possible trajectory forward with this one, which is interesting because they don't normally just go directly to that. So I'm just going to ask anything more around, say, to keep in mind before we move along to the next coin. No, they're just emphasizing this waiting for better prices, and and they're talking about big moves. So, you know, just certainly waiting for prices, and also possibly getting in gently, and waiting for bigger moves, because they show that, yes, there's bigger moves to come for this one. It's like there is an element of being held back. There is an element of, you know, some sort of suppression here, and it's not really truly being seen for what it is. The energy isn't able to shine. I feel as though it's to do with its own energy, what's going on with the project, but also the market conditions, and all the elements just has a little bit of a weightedness to this one at this time. So we will move through that. It's like it's got the ability to really surpass that energy, that vibe. But sort of for the next little while, it's a little bit. It's got this heaviness. Is how they're showing it. Okay, I'm going to move along now to the last coin that you've requested, and that's Rose. As soon as I connect to Rose, significant growth, popularity in the midst. Okay, December boom. They're relating again to this trouble in the system, but it's almost like don't wait on this one. It's like it's not as affected within this troubled time. You know, this trouble in the system, they refer to it. It kind of makes me laugh. Not to wait, like to certainly be getting some Rose. It's certainly not financial advice to just have to keep saying that, because, you know, I'm not here to tell you anything, but I'll just offer what Spirit gives here. But always follow your own heart. So in terms of Rose, okay, I ask Spirit, what have you got to share? Significant growth, future adoption. Talking about a male fund. Male fund. Are you referring to letters as in male? Yes. Some sort of fund to do with letters, transport, or something around this, and acceleration, key to its acceleration, quick moves. It's like quick moves, key to its acceleration, quick moves. Evidence is there already if you look for it, is what they're saying. It's like it's written down. You could read about it. You could research it. So if you know what they're speaking of, please let me know, because they seem to say that it's already there, written. There's this evidence, which has come through a couple of other readings. This is kind of like, it's undeniable. It's all just written there to be seen, and that's what's going to happen, kind of thing. So I ask, as we move into, I also just saw a 396, which is interesting within. It feels to me connected into integration and community with that combination. But so as I ask, as we move further into 2024 with Rose and into 2025, acceleration, and they're giving me a key. They're showing me a key. And it's interesting. It's actually exciting. I love it when they kind of add some interesting things. There's a door. They've given me a door, and there's this key, and kind of take the key and open the door, and it's very special. The energy here, it feels very serene, and I ask what this energy can offer, or this scene can offer around the project Rose. It's all here. It's already written. And now I'm just seeing all of these roses, like bouquets of roses, coming to me. And there's this big sense of heart presence, a big heart energy. And too, Spirit comes right in close here too with this one. So it's good feelings, good vibes. And I'm just going to ask, into 2024, into 2025 trajectory, up. They're just giving me up. But the sense of this energy through this with this key into this doorway that opens into this energy sort of says it all. It's a very light and warm energy. So there's good things that have already been planned and written here with this one. Larger growth, larger adoption, expansive. It's like it's really moving. Nothing's really holding it back in the way the energy is coming through here. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. So I hope that you enjoyed those readings. I actually really enjoyed the vibes of those 3 coins. There was some sort of heart space and held energy that I kind of enjoyed to read. Sometimes, with some of the projects, they get really nothingy and fizzle out, and it's actually difficult, quite draining to read some of their energies, because it's like I've got to engage with that energy and kind of try and read and articulate things coming from spirit around things that aren't working out, and it can be a bit difficult. But today, these ones I kind of liked. There was a bit of a flow going on. So if you've got any thoughts about any of the projects, and if you know what they're speaking about within this whole rose, it's already written about, please don't hesitate to comment below and share. And if you like one of these readings, please don't hesitate to get in touch via the About page of the channel and the email there. Alrighty, I hope you're all well, and I'll see you again soon. Raven Scry signing off.